She didn't come from wealth. She didn't have an MBA. She didn't have investors. And she definitely didn't have experience in fashion. What she had was $5,000 in savings, a red backpack, and a burning idea she believed could change women's lives. This is the unbelievable, true story of Sara Blakely, a woman who went from selling fax machines door to door to becoming the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world. All by solving a problem women didn't even know could be fixed. But her journey didn't start in the boardroom. It started in the back corner of her tiny Atlanta apartment with no plan, no team, and no roadmap. Just courage. Sara Blakely was born in Clearwater, Florida. Her father was an attorney. Her mother, an artist. She dreamed of becoming a lawyer, but after bombing the LSAT twice, that dream died quickly. So she took a job at Disney World, then started selling fax machines door to door. That job was soul-crushing. Rejected 99% of the time, doors slammed in her face, and quotas hanging over her head. She hated it, but she learned something powerful. How to sell, how to connect, and how to stay persistent when 10 people say no in a row. One day, she had a moment all too familiar for women around the world. She was getting dressed for a party and wanted to wear white pants, but everything underneath showed through. She didn't want panty lines. She didn't want control-top pantyhose. She just wanted something invisible that smoothed her out. So she took scissors to a pair of pantyhose, cut off the feet, and wore them under her clothes. Suddenly, she felt confident. She thought, why doesn't this exist? No one else saw the gap in the market, but Sara did, and she decided, if no one else was going to solve this, she would. No experience, no connections, no problem. With just $5,000 in savings, she started researching fabrics, calling hosiery mills in North Carolina, and sketching designs with a Sharpie. Most companies hung up on her. She was a woman. She had no background. She had no buyers. But one factory owner gave her a chance, only because his daughters told him it was a genius idea. That's how Spanx was born. She kept working her day job. At night, she'd pack orders, file her own patent, and try to convince stores to carry her product. The hustle was relentless. Sara cold called Neiman Marcus, who finally agreed to give her 10 minutes. In that meeting, she took the buyer to the bathroom, showed her the before and after wearing Spanx. And that's what sold it. Soon, Oprah Winfrey named Spanx one of her favorite things. That's when everything exploded. Orders surged. Celebrities wore it. Women everywhere were obsessed. But Sara didn't hire a single employee for the first 2 years. She ran Spanx out of her apartment. Every phone call, every package, every email, she handled it herself. She never took outside investment. She owned 100% of Spanx when she launched it. So when Forbes valued Spanx at over $1 billion, every cent belonged to her. Sara Blakely became the youngest self-made female billionaire in history, all from an idea she tested in her own closet. What made her different? Sara didn't wait for permission. She didn't have funding. She didn't have connections. She had grit, belief, and the refusal to give up when everyone told her she was crazy. She's now a philanthropist, a motivational speaker, and still the creative force behind Spanx. She once said, I didn't have the most experience in the industry, and I didn't have the most money, but I cared the most. And that made all the difference. The lesson for you, you might be sitting on your own billion-dollar idea. It might not look perfect right now. It might be scribbled in a notebook or stuck in your head while you work your day job. But don't ignore it. Start small. Move fast. Stay relentless. Because just like Sara, you don't need to know everything. You just need to believe in something enough to not quit. So, if you're doubting yourself today, remember this. Sara Blakely didn't just change women's fashion. She changed what's possible. And so can you.